The Missing, Episode 2, Mouse Cradle. Early morning on the highway. As agreed, your new partner meets you at the central station, and together you leave the outskirts of Copenhagen in an unmarked police car. The sun has yet to broach the horizon. You reach up to adjust the rearview mirror, catching yourself in the reflection. I mean, I like the nicer ones, but they're expensive. Wish you could just keep what you already have. Hold on. Changed it. Continue. Safa is dozing on the passenger seat. We could use time to get to know each other a little better. I should ask about Odense. Lots of fog today, huh? Your partner stirs in her seat, squinting her eyes as she casts a glance out the window. Definitely that time of year. A few moments pass while the steady thrum of the engine gently vibrates through the steering wheel. So, what was Odense like? Safa takes a deep breath and shrugs, weighing her words. A good team, passionate people. We had a lot of successes, but it was often a hard sell when it came to funding, and taking the train every day. Well, you kept living in Copenhagen. I prefer to live close to my parents. Oh, right, that's nice. What do they think about your line of work? Your own father's pensive face briefly appears in your mind's eye before you push the thought away. This isn't about you. It took some getting used to, not gonna lie, but they've come around to it, especially now that I've moved apartments. My dad thinks I'm much more suited for casework, and my mom definitely prefers me to forensics, out of harm's way. Is that why you chose forensics? Oh, no. I love action. But I can't be all brawn, and evidence gathering suits me. Collecting is my jam. You got to know Safa better. A comfortable silence settles between you, interrupted only by the drone of passing cars as they carefully zip by, fog lights burning brightly in their wake. An hour later, you're approaching Storebælt Bridge. The sky is slowly brightening. It connects the two largest islands of Denmark. I love the view from here. You look over and find yourself face to face with your partner. I love you guys, that's why I keep choosing the diamond options. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. In your eagerness to see what Safa's reacting to, you lean in and find yourself unexpectedly gazing into her soft brown eyes, her shoulder brushing lightly against yours. Oh, I'm sorry. You inhale sharply in surprise, turning your face back towards the road, your hands clenching around the steering wheel. Sorry. She smells luxuriously of freesia and pear. You wonder what part of her holds the scent. Her neck, maybe, cheek, lips. Somewhere you would have only noticed once you got really close. The scent lingers as you reach for the rearview mirror and adjust it enough to catch the clouds blushing from the morning sun. Why do you relate to the view so much this morning? It's pretty, right? Beautiful, yeah. I don't think I've had the pleasure of crossing Storebælt at this hour before. There's a pregnant pause before you turn to glance at the officer. Rarely do I read ever pregnant pause. We almost bumped heads there. Yeah, our seats are a little closer than I expected. My bad. Mine too. You smell really nice, like, super nice. Is that a perfume? Oh, it's probably my day cream. Oh, it's lovely. Oh, thanks. I can show it to you later if you want. Please do. Thank you. At your request, your partner takes out the case folder, attests the incident report and the mother's initial statement, along with the copies of the crime scene. Safa goes through the information so you can discuss your priorities once you arrive. If I remember correctly, the mother was sent home with a welfare liaison. Yes, for the first 48 hours. Path of perception. This puzzles me. Isn't it odd that a small community like this would leave a young single mother without a support system? Well, there was that guy. True. I saw the news as well, but I didn't see any mention of a boyfriend or husband anywhere. Anything on the list? Safa plays absentmindedly with a corner of a stapled page. Actually, about what I said earlier, or yesterday. Her questions from yesterday. You brace yourself for an awkward conversation. The why, and with your service record, and expected more. I didn't mean to come off that shocked. I'm sorry. I realize I might have touched a nerve, and I didn't mean to. Oh. No need to apologize. I took your comment at face value, and honestly, I understand how it looks. It's a curious thing. Don't worry about it. Please accept my apology anyway. I was out of line. Alright, apology accepted. And with that out of the way, you focus on the drive. Around you, the rolling landscape becomes more prominent as the car continues south away from Adins. You pass clusters of trees in all shades of fall colors, standing at the edge of plowed fields ready for winter. Something in the distance catches Safa's eye. What are those hills in the middle of the fields called? Oh man, I forget the word. Troll hills? The officer turns to you with a raised eyebrow. I thought they were grave-size. You call them troll hills? Oh, yeah, that's my grandmother's version. We get to see a past of her. She lived in Helsinger, and I used to take the train up to see her. The front door slams, disturbing the old woman dozing in the living room. Oh, who's there, Gita? A girl appears in the doorway. It's just me, Granny. Oh, silly child. I don't like when you bang doors like that. You'll make cracks in the wall. Sorry. Your 13-year-old self approaches the table. The old woman has prepared a spread of baked bread and cakes. You're hungry. Sit down. Let me pour you some hot chocolate. You accept it gladly. It's been a terrible week, but a rich cup of hot chocolate will fix you. Right? Please, let it fix you. How is school? It's good. Keeping your grades up? Yep. Taking a tentative sip, you avoid your grandmother's gaze. Dad has her eyes cold and matter-of-fact, picking you apart with ease. What's the matter, girl? Speak up. You put the cup down silently. Coming here is meant to be an escape. Instead, you feel angry. Tears push their way to the corner of your eyes. Dad's just being Dad. What is it this time? You swallow aggressively and wipe your face. Don't cry. What are you crying for, you baby? The police came around to talk about declaring Mom dead next year. He doesn't even care about finding her anymore. Granny sighs. I wish he'd come back and whisk me away in the night, too. Leave him with a plant or something, because that's how he treats me. Just waters me and leaves me in the corner to rot. Gita. A warm, wrinkly hand takes yours. Be thankful you're not a changeling, dear. What? A copy of a child back in the day we used to fear being snatched in the night. What if all that's left of you was a changeling? That sounds like a fairy tale, Granny. It was the trolls. They love human children, you see. When they hear of a child misbehaving, they enchant a tree and swap it for the bad child. And when I was your age, we used to check the ears of kids who were mute, or just a little different, to see if they had leaves growing out of them. That's terrible. Well, we didn't know any better. Where would the real children go? Well, into the hills, or through, just a stir. You know, those mounds you see in the fields with the stone on the top? We'd call those troll hills. is a passive graves burial chambers from the Bronze Age. Aren't they for dead people? We believe they were gateways to the other realms, of where trolls would take the stolen children, turn them into servants or warriors or maybe food. With surprising speed, your grandmother's hand shoots out and tickles you until your laughter has banished all thoughts of police, fathers, and death. Now finish your lunch and we can go for a walk. Okay, Granny. You try to recall the story. I think the real word for it is, Gister. Oh, that's right, the Bronze Age, burial chambers. Now I remember, but Troll Hill sounds so much more magical. Allegedly, trolls would climb out at night to steal away children and replace them with bewitched trees. They would tell the story to kids. Chilling. I'm pretty sure it was a way to explain different neurological conditions in children back in the day. Why does that not surprise me? Pretty much. Your partner scoffs in amazement, and you shrug. People used to do a lot of things we consider outrageous today. It doesn't make it right, but I can't exactly fault their logic. They didn't know any better. Or did they? You ponder this as you take the next exit. No, they did. It's just easier to say things like that. Sonder Esne on the south side of Funen. It's not long before the car enters the village of Sonder Esne. At least 3 main roads intersect in the small square. You're surprised to see local shops still open for business. It's no small feat in the age of online shopping. I like brick-and-mortar stores better. You drive by the storefront slowly, admiring the quaint buildings, the cobblestone road gently rocking you in your seat. Cute place. Really cute. You park in the designated public parking area and step out of the car. From the backseat, you pull out your jacket. Choose a jacket. This will be your outfit when working outside. Quilted. Trench coat. I'm just gonna go with police issue. It doesn't matter. Right? Well, they can matter. Shouldn't matter. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go with police issue. Yes. Before you're done closing your jacket, you hear your name being called. You turn towards the sound and see a large man approaching with a woman close behind. Bloom, you made it. Oh, okay. I mean... Very same. You've been doing your homework. He winks at you as you shake his hand. Call me Henrik. The woman behind him steps forward to greet you. Krista Brand, Community Welfare Division. I know your colleague, Officer Muhammad. She nods at Safa, who returns the gesture with a reserved smile. Surprised to see you on a case like this, a bit outside your usual area, isn't it? You clock the other officer's tone, cast a brief glance at Safa, who purses her lips, accepting the jibe. I'm not sure what you're implying here, Officer Brandt. You suddenly interject, catches the other woman off guard, with one eyebrow raised, lips slightly parted. She looks surprised and uncomfortable. I needed a strong profile and evidence collection, who can also handle the sensitivity of the case. Which area do you believe is outside her skill set? The community liaison snaps her mouth closed and looks down, embarrassed. Safa doesn't say anything but turns her head slightly to hide a small smile. You paid attention to her and she appreciates it. Anyway, you just are at the building. They both just exited. It doesn't look like a police station. Is there an office inside? Yeah, village hall. Sonder Esne doesn't have a station as such. I'm from Svindumborg myself. It's only Aster who happens to be local. We've been using it as a base. There's space to conduct interviews, small kitchen, toilet. Oh, thank God, a toilet. Sounds reasonable.
We're actually on our way to the mother's house right now. Maybe you'd like to join us, Officer Brent?
We'd very much like that. Thank you. The gentleman hikes up his pants and smiles in satisfaction. Something about the gesture convinces you he's glad to pass this on to someone else. All right, let's take my car. I'm parked over there. The house is only 5 minutes away in the car. The liaison warns you that the mother has slept very little and is showing signs of exhaustion. Once you arrive, you let Brant enter the living room. Lee, it's Krista. I've brought 2 colleagues with me. The young woman sits stoically on the couch, her legs underneath her, wearing an oversized sweater. Hi, my name is Gita. I'm with the Copenhagen police. My partner Safa and I are here to help you. That gets a reaction. The young woman turns her head, and you notice that despite the situation, she seems alert. Very young, though. Help me. I just want my boy back. She drops her head to her knee and starts to cry softly. You give Safa a look, and she nods, stepping back towards the window to give you space. I understand that, Leah. That's why we're here. Tell me, where's the boy's father? Where were you when you noticed Alfred was gone? Didn't you notice anything suspicious in the days leading up to that night? Do you have family who can stay with you? Let's go with family. No. Are you sure? You recall the mention of parents in the case file, alive and well, and still living in town. Yeah. Tell me, where's the boy's father? I don't know. You don't know where he is? Do we have his name? No. You're really helpful with your child missing. The young one spits out a response with hostile indifference. You make a mental note to dig into this later. Krista, I need to use the bathroom. Sure thing. We'll take a break. When the mother is out of earshot, Krista turns to you. She does this a lot. It's going to be a while. Perhaps you could take a walk outside, check out where the perpetrator entered the house. Alright, we'll have a look, but can you let us know when she's back? The liaison nods and you signal for Safa to follow you. Both you and Safa take out a pair of gloves. The team of criminal technicians has already gone over the place with a fine-tooth comb, but it's best to be prepared. Looks like the windows was forced open using a screwdriver or something similar. The person must have jammed it in and lifted the latch. It's not the biggest window. Do you think a man would have been able to climb through? Safa shrugs, writing something down in her notebook. There's a sudden chill in the air, and the grayness of the place is giving you both an uneasy feeling. A slim man, maybe? You squat down, moving the long grass underneath the window. It's damp, muddy, but something is hiding behind it, on the wall. Look at this. Scratches or a symbol? Oh, runes. Okay, so I was right. Symbol. Hold on, can you... Oh, I was thinking if I hit the hourglass, it would zoom in. Damn. Huh. It's not what's documented. What does it mean? I don't know. Can you take a few photos and some scrapings? We should get this to the lab as soon as possible. Got it. Leaving Safa to collect the evidence, you walk the perimeter of the small garden. There's a tree with a swing hanging from a branch. It reminds you of a memory from your childhood. There's a movement behind the tree. Something or someone knocked over a toy. Police, please identify yourself. You approach the tree trunk slowly, keeping your voice steady. Whoever's there, come out. You feel your heart quicken as you move sideways, hoping to spot whatever it is before... It's a kitty. A feral cat jumps up the tree, barely missing you, before landing with a thud and sprinting off. Out of the garden, your heart is pounding. Hells. With one hand on your chest, you take a deep breath, or a few of them. You hear Safa's voice behind you, but your eyes catch something else on the horizon. Someone is watching you. The outline of a large, shapeless figure looms behind one of the neighboring houses. It's too far to call out to them. You watch the outline shifts in the shadows. Are you okay? What was that? And it's gone. You turn to look at your partner and then back again toward the distance. The figure is gone. What was that? It's okay. A cat just fell out of the tree. Oh, spooky. Took me by surprise, that's all. I don't know. This place gives me the creeps. Did you notice the curtain twitching from across the street? She nods over to the house just in time for the curtains to flutter as the occupant retreats. Let's see. Let's go say hi. The house has dried up vines hanging around the doors. You press the doorbell. It must look lovely in the summer. You gave the door an extra knock before stepping back. There's a sound of feet shuffling across the carpeted floors before the hinges creak and the door opens tentatively. Yes. Good morning, sir. My name is Gita Bloom. I'm from the police. We've noticed you observing us. You have a pretty good view of the neighbor's garden. Is that right? The man shrugs and answers non-committally. Yeah, I guess. Are you aware the child was taken from the house? He nods, but seems otherwise uninterested. Can you tell me... if you've noticed any vagrants around, how long Leah Holt has been living, what you were doing around midnight the day before last. How long she's been living in the house? She ran it over a year ago before we... He stops himself and coughs, pretending there wasn't more to the sentence. Before we what, sir? You know, really knew about the antisocial behavior. The pregnancy, she hid it well. You share a look with Safa. I see. And can I ask, do you know the mother personally? Has the town been troubled by break-ins recently? If you've seen any suspicious behavior since the kid went missing? Figuring he knows about the antisocial behavior. We used to attend church together. What church? The Pagan Church of Christ. It's our local free church. But not recently. No, she's not welcome anymore. Her parents tried to save her for a while, but it was no use. She's a wild child. She's not welcome anymore at a church. Yep, not even going to comment on that one. You thank the man for his time and head back towards Leah's house. Despite none of you speaking, you know Saf is wondering the same thing. What is this church, and why don't we know about it? Back at the house, you find the two women on the couch. The young mother looks as if she's struggling to keep it together. I checked outside. You weren't there. Where'd you go? We met one of the neighbors. Had a short conversation. Leah turns her head suddenly at your attention. She stares at you. Is it true you only moved into the house a year ago? Where did you live before then? With your parents? Your neighbor was kind enough to inform us about the church you attend, or should I say used to. Very tight-lipped. You haven't mentioned anything about being excommunicated. Quite a significant change in your life, wouldn't you say? Fairly recent? I wasn't hiding it, I just forgot. I understand, but you didn't even mention a connection to the church. In a missing persons case, this is the type of information that is pretty important. I can't talk about it. You look over at Safa. We need to get in touch with the local congregation, then. Hold on, wait. I'll tell you, okay? I'll tell you. A few months after Alfred was born, I was asked to come to the sermon. It was a trial by jury. 11 out of 12 members voted for me to leave. I'm very sorry to hear about this. Do your parents attend the same church? My parents are the church. Pastor Holt Esperson and his wife Kristen. I don't use their last name anymore. They were the ones who called the damn meeting. That's brutal. Leah hides her face and her hands and starts to sob. The liaison touches her shoulders and says a few things that elicit nods and then gestures for you to follow her out. The church thing is new to me, too. She said nothing of the sort when we brought her in for the official statement. You all glance over the young mother before continuing in hushed voices. Anyway, she's really exhausted. I think we should pick this up another day. I understand. Are you going to stay with her? I think that's best. The town square isn't far. I would drive you back, but I think that given the state she's in right now. Well, we'll walk back. It's not a problem. Thank you. I have to return to Odense tomorrow, but I'll be back. The liaison looks over her shoulder, sighs quietly. Poor girl. After thanking her and saying goodbye to Leah, you set off towards town. Despite this gray skies, your mood improves the further away from the house you get. The wind is fresh, even pleasant. So, what did you think of the mother? I think she's scared for the child, but wary about the police. Something of a mystery still. Acting typical for a bereaved parent, but holding back for some reason. I'm gonna go ahead with holding back. Her grief seems real, but her not giving all the facts up front is a challenge, a strange one. She does seem angry, devastated, frightened, yes, but the anger, that has to do and come from somewhere. You're thinking the church. Right now, perhaps, we need to learn more about the pagan Church of Christ as quickly as possible. I don't understand how they missed it in her statement. Yeah, I need to ask Commissioner Hediger about that. At least we have a chance to rectify it quickly. Along with the ruin carving. You continue to go over Leia's statement until you reach the first row of houses near the town square. Would it be possible to grab a quick lunch? At the mention of lunch, your stomach rumbles. I could eat too. How does a sandwich sound? You gesture to the small corner shop. Let's check it out. The bell above the door chimes as you enter. You look around, spotting both convenience items and ethnic specialties. Safa makes a beeline for the pre-packaged baguettes. Not a lot of choice. Good afternoon. You both turn your heads as a man comes out from the back room behind the counter. He rests his hand on the doorframe and smiles at you. Don't tell me this is a love interest. Don't do it. You're not from around here. Great observation. What my partner is trying to say is... You are correct, nice to meet you. You smile pleasantly at the man, whose brown eyes greet you warmly. You're enjoying the way he leans into the doorway, looking at you with curiosity and amusement. What brings you to my shop? Just a quick lunch. Investigation keeping you busy? His bluntness stumps you for a moment, which he notices. I mean, we heard they were gonna spend a specialized unit over from the capital. I take it you're it. Guilty as charged. The man gives a short chuckle, as if reacting to an in-joke. Picking through the options, you go with the least messy one and take a piece of fruit and a drink from the refrigerator. I'm Yasin, by the way. You offer the man a courteous smile and place your shopping on the counter. Nice to meet you. My name is Gita. He slowly scans the items. Something about him makes you think he wants to continue the conversation. You decide to prompt him. Is there anything on your mind? Nice town. Something like this doesn't happen often. Something on your mind. I'm just wondering how it's going, how much you've learned up to this point. You narrow your eyes at the man. Is he trying to farm some gossip, or is it just another thing entirely? Care to elaborate on that statement? Glancing suspiciously at the man, you momentarily forget about your hunger. Hey, I'm just trying to be helpful. Curious if you're already realized the pagan church doesn't have the most forthcoming of members. Relaxing your shoulders, you cock your head. We have, actually. What do you make of that? I'm impressed. They close ranks rather efficiently. Not when a small child's life might be at stake, surely. Why not? Believes who believes. The man tallies the items, and a total appears on the register. That'll be 146 kroner. Apper card. You pull out your phone and touch it to the payment terminal. I take it you're not part of this church. Yasin grins without looking up. Please don't tell me I look like I'm part of that. You'll hurt my feelings. When he looks up, his dark eyes meet yours with a glint in them, and twist a tiny dial of pleasure in your stomach. He smiles invitingly, daring you to respond. Is that a no? If you don't mind, I'm gonna wait outside. Safa grabs her food and makes for the door, chiming the little bell as she exits. She must be hungry. We both are. I should go too. You hurry to grab the sandwich and a fruit and head for the exit. Yasin calls to you on your way out. Wait, stop. Grab the sandwich. I thought we grabbed a drink and a fruit. To answer your question, no, I'm not. So, if you ever need help, don't hesitate to come back. I can tell you what I know about the locals. I'll remember that, thanks. Here, I got a very blunt question. Do you think any of the church folks would have taken the children? Or child? There you go, there's a blunt question. Hey, Brock? I'm onto something here. You walk briskly across the street to catch up with the officer as she sips from her drink. You realize you've forgotten yours on the counter. Yeah, because you were too busy grabbing a damn sandwich. Shoot, I need to go back. I forgot my drink. Safa helpfully takes your food off your hands. Be quick. You rush back across, and without consideration, swing open the door, run straight to Yasin. Did I mention to like, share, and subscribe? Just 63 diamonds. There it goes. Out the window. There's 3 days worth of diamonds right there. Ya Ilahi! The shopkeeper's loud exclamation surprises you in turn, and you both jump. Ah! Why are you bursting in like that? I'm so sorry. I forgot my drink. I was about to run out after you. He is indeed holding the drink in his hand. You feel foolish. Thank you. As you accept the bottle, you try to think of a way to make the exchange a little less awkward. When you say we can reach out to you about help with the local knowledge, have you lived here long? I grew up in Sonderesne. I was born in Syria, though. His stance relaxes. He walks back behind the counter. You take a step forward, warming up to the conversation. Oh, really? When did your parents move to Denmark? When I was around 3, I have a very vague memories of it. We lived in Odense for a while, and then we moved here before I started school. And what about you? I'm the other officer. I don't want to speak for my partner, but I'm half Polish on my mother's side. Interesting. He nods slowly, taking in the face and features, wondering which parts came from your mother and which are your father's. Your mother must be beautiful. Smooth, my dude. High five. She was. Yes, she... as the full meaning of his compliment dawns on you, a flush of heat creeps up your neck. He's smooth. You'll give him that, yep. You clear your throat, forcing yourself to reestablish a professional distance. She was. I'm sorry. My condolences. Thank you, but you couldn't have known. It was a careless assumption. It's fine. You glance behind you at the door. I should head out anyway. Thank you for the drink. No problem. Next one's on me. The shopkeeper waves you off and you hurry back to Safa. Together you head for the village hall. 8 p.m. The bed and breakfast. It's pitch black by the time you arrive at your accommodation. I completely forgot to warn them we'd be late. It's a small town. You don't think they'll already realize the guest might be involved in the investigation? Safa points to the kitchen window. Look, you're right. Someone's waiting for us. Upon entering the house, you're greeted by an elderly man and his wife, wiping her hands on an apron. Oh, it's kind of like a yin and yang on the wall. Alright.
Good evening. You must be Miss Blum. My name is Johannes Jensen.
He puts a hand out for you to shake and then gestures to his wife.
This is my dear wife, Jonah.
Good evening. We're happy to have you. Can we offer you some supper?
Judging by the smell permeating the air, it's a pork dish. Your partner realizes this as well, but the old couple hasn't made the connection yet. Thanks for the offer, but I think I'll go straight to bed if you don't mind. Been a long day.
You're not hungry?
I don't eat pork.
Oh.
I mean, it's her preference. I know what it means, but shut up. It's her preference. An awkward silence follows.
There's potatoes.
I'm okay. Thanks, though.
Well then, let's show you to your rooms.
Do you eat pork?
The wife addresses you in a whisper, as if the word pork itself is bad. Safa turns briefly to look at you as she makes her way up the stairs, eyebrows raised. I do. Dinner would be lovely. Don't, but I wouldn't mind sitting down for a tea or something. I think I will join my colleague in an early night. I do. Dinner would be lovely.
It would.
You follow the hostess into the little kitchen. Sit down at the table. She plates a healthy portion, pours a glass of water for you as well.
There you go. Velbekomme.
The kitchen is warmer. Velbekomme is Danish expression to wish you a guest a good meal. It's warm and cozy, neatly decorated, the plates and colorful ornaments. It reminds you of your grandmother's kitchen when you were a child. Those plates, what do they depict?
Up there?
Yes, they remind me of fables. Women dancing in the nature, trolls.
No trolls.
But when some protest takes you by surprise, you stare at her, watching her process her own reaction. With embarrassed half smile, she picks up a damp cloth and wrings it out unnecessarily.
No trolls. Sometimes mythical beast, but no trolls.
Okay. An awkward silence settles in the room. You could quite easily convince me to question this woman, at least informally. It's as if everything is hiding under a veil in this town.
Put your colleague in one of the rooms on the right. I can show you afterward.
The husband's entrance lifts the oppressive atmosphere. His wife's face lights up.
There's coffee for you, dear.
Thank you. I'll take just this out first.
Only then do you notice a small plate of food on the kitchen table. It's carefully arranged: meat, potatoes, peas, gravy, a slice of pickle. You have other guests at the moment? The couple turn to look at you at the same time, their unison movement sending an unexpected chill down your spine.
No, just the two of you.
It's for the cat. We have a cat.
The man nods and takes a flashlight from the hallway before venturing out. His wife watches from the window, and you take a peek yourself. The beam of light makes its way across the driveway to a tree at the center. The beam intensifies as he crouches down, placing the plate at the foot of the tree. You observe the elderly woman's face in the window's reflection. She stares vacantly into the darkness, a flicker of pain obscured by the warping of her image. Almost. I need to question those two at some point. The tight staircase leads you up to a small landing. 2 doors on the right and 2 opposite. The host shows you the room on the left.
The upstairs is entirely yours. I hope you don't mind sloping walls. Sloping walls, excuse me.
Why does that matter? He turns on a small table lamp. The room's cozy, spacious.
This is a little bigger because it's next to the bathroom. We had that installed last year, you see. You'll find your colleague right across the landing. If you prefer the window facing east, you could have the room next to hers.
Thank you, Mr. Jensen.
Very well, I'll leave you to it.
Bedroom comfortable. Sloping. Why does it matter? Yeah, no, I'm saving diamonds. Listen. This chapter's already like 200 plus. Placing your luggage on the wooden chest to inspect the room. Oh, nice little room. I'll bump my head in the ceiling, though, if I'm not careful. Oh, no. You unpack your wash bag and a few items of clothing that need hanging up. It started to rain outside. Drops hitting the skylight as a soft, unhurried pitter-patter. Only a few kilometers away, Leah Holt has to spend another night, worried sick for her child. Hey, can I disturb you for a moment? You look over to see your partner standing in the doorway. Of course, come inside. Close the door behind you. She enters and gently pushes the door until it clicks. Not bad. Very cozy. You nod in agreement and gesture for her to sit. So, what are you thinking? Well, the questions are certainly piling up. And not a lot of leads. You both stare thoughtfully at the floor. We need the results of the evidence they collected without anything tangible. Can't ask the right questions. We should probably also make contact with Leah's parents in the pagan Church of Christ. I agree. Although, here's what we'll do. You get to your feet and begin to pace the room. I'll send you to Odin's first thing in the morning. If they're not prioritizing our samples, make them. Got it. I know a guy. If we're lucky, I might be able to get the rune fast-tracked. That would be great. In the meantime, I'll head to the church. You don't want backup for that? She looks up at you with large, attentive eyes, subtle concern lining the space between her eyebrows. We don't know anything about them. It's fine. It's just an informal chat to get a sense of where they are in the whole situation. Put a face to the names. You rummage around in your jacket for car keys. How will you get around? The place isn't big. If you drop me off at the church on your way north, I'll get back by bus or by foot. Your partner picks up the keys and gets up from her seat. What about Leah? I'll go to her house afterward. The liaison is only staying until tomorrow morning, so we'll need to make sure she's taken care of. Good call. The officer heads for the door, but as she pulls the handle, she turns and your eyes meet. She's worried. We'll find him, right? With your experience, there's still hope? You swallow, thinking of the probability over in your head. There's still hope. Safa holds your gaze for a few moments longer. All right, see you tomorrow. Good to see you. Good night. She closes the door. You keep looking at it long while, your head empty of thoughts, except for one. Please let there be hope. Please. I give you 5. Complete episode. Alright, got the diamonds. 2 perception, 5 inference, 4 seniority, 13 diamonds. Aside from that, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you did enjoy the content that I just gave you. By the way, we're caught up on this one. Ain't nothing we can do until the middle of February. So again, if you did enjoy, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Already, we've caught up on 2 of these. We're done with Time Capture and The Missing. And we'll be covering a lot more of these, as you see on your screen, until we get all these in development, and then we move on to other things that we need to catch up on. So do keep that in mind. Aside from that, thanks for watching. Love your beautiful faces. Catch you all later. Peace out!